I was saying to you, Tom, before you started doing this video, we had some time to kill and we were talking about the things that can help you through very difficult times. And one of the things that came up was your dog and what you think about him, as the same thing happened with me and my dog. So tell me what you were telling me about how supportive your animals have been.
Oh, it was fantastic. Like I said, the time in hospital, you're away from everything for so long.
Yes.
When I used to come home, he used to just greet me. He
Unconditional love.
He used to just go, but when I was really poorly, even if I didn't want, it's going to sound horrible, but not so much the children around me. I didn't want to I felt quite claustrophobic a lot of the time. I just needed space to myself, especially when I was at my worst.
I understand.
But the dog Harry was just always there. He just, even at the bottom of the bed or side of the bed. And of course, because he's not talking or
bothering you in that
me,
sense, yes.
It was just always there, and it was such a comfort blanket. Even if I was just sitting downstairs on the settee, he'd just sit on the floor next to me, and it was such a comfort when I was, especially at the worst, when I was in traction.
And you could have him in with you rather than, I can understand that.
I used to, on my good days, obviously time with the boys and my partner was fantastic, but on the worst days when you're feeling very ill, and of course your best friends are bold because you're being very poorly, it's just really nice having just the warmth of something there that you know that they're there for you, and that they're staying with you because they know you're ill.
It's amazing what they sense, animals, isn't it?
He was just such a comfort. It was just a good dog and a really good friend to have at the time. Bless him.
I found with my little dog, going through my particular journey, he used to curl up beside me, and if I was having a day where I didn't want to talk to anybody and I just wanted, nobody around, he'd just be there and he'd look at you, and it just was enough.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was talking to some patients and saying, if you do find you're not in the lucky position that you were in, and I was, with a supportive family, and that maybe there are people out there who are much more on their own, do think that sometimes having an animal around, even with one lady I spoke to, she then got a cat because she thought she could manage a cat and not a dog. It made all the difference in the world.
Definitely. Yeah, I think it's having... He's a big influence as well on me getting better, is the fact that...
Go walking,
He really got me out of the house.
Excellent.
But it also, it's brought me and the neighbours closer together as well. I mean, we didn't really talk to the neighbours much before.
You said you've got a particular supportive neighbour who will take the dog when you can't look after it.
He's got 2 young dogs himself.
Wonderful.
He used to take Harry out all the time. Obviously, I couldn't walk him, and he needed walking. A lot every day.
Of course,
my neighbour used to take him every day for me, and it's created such a bond between us as well, because they always come over now, and it's just really nice. But it's brought more of a...
It's funny, adversity can do that.
Yeah,
I mean, we all live in a road where we probably don't even speak to our neighbours, but where something like dramatic happens, where you actually need to call on someone, that can be an amazing help.
They were brilliant. I mean, if I ever needed help, because Gemma used to work a lot at night times, but of course then if the children were obviously out to stay somewhere else, because I couldn't look after them.
No.
If I ever needed help, I could just ring the neighbours and they'd come running over and help me with anything, even if it was just getting to the toilet, because I couldn't get to the toilet.
So really, we would both recommend the fact that you might not know your neighbours, but if you really are in a situation where knowing somebody knew you weren't feeling great, talk to them.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I mean, you can go down the road and bump into somebody and say hello, but they don't know that you're, in need. And I think sometimes this can happen, and most people are a lot kinder than we think they are, aren't they?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, we never, like I said, we never used to really speak to them.
That's the normal situation in life. Life takes over.
But they're like best friends now.
I think that's wonderful.
They're fantastic. It's brilliant.
I think that's wonderful.
Yeah. So.
And also on the hobby front, I think you were... Obviously sounded like you were doing all sorts of things before. So tell me some of the adventurous things you did that you are a bit peeved you can't do now, but you still got the memories. You've still been there and done that.
Bike riding, snowboarding.
I didn't realise you can't bike ride now because of the...
limitations on the prosthesis.
Okay.
You can't bend any more than 90 degrees.
Understand that,
So I could try snowboarding again, but it's just the fear of if I fall and damage.
Yes, I think that would perhaps be a bit...
Yeah, exactly. But the bike riding, that's no longer a possibility really. I could try and modify a bike somehow, but yeah, physical limitations now. I can't actually ride a push bike, which is quite upsetting actually, because my little one's just started learning to ride a bike and he's into BMXing, and he goes, I take him every Saturday to a BMX track and he's in a club.
But it doesn't stop you being there and watching him and supporting him, does it?
It's just like things like my neighbours, they go on family bike rides and things.
Yes,
it's just something that I like to carry on doing.
Yes.
We never know, one day.
Oh yes.
We'll see. I'll have a go.
Give you a challenge.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, I still do my photography.
Yes, well, that's a major part of your life, isn't it?
That was a big part of my life. It's something I want to further in a career at.
I think it's brilliant that you can actually do something that you enjoy as well.
Painting, but now I find my hobbies. I used to almost take priority over family time a lot
because
of the time.
Because they were something you did for you.
Definitely, because obviously I used to find myself spending so much time at work. Then I used to
they
come
were your
home.
Unwinding
exactly.
Time.
I used to find it to unwind. But now, if I'm at home and the family are downstairs and I'm upstairs, either playing on a PlayStation or if I'm painting, I feel like I'm cheating myself out of time with the family. Like I shouldn't be doing it.
Because every day, it's not that you shouldn't, it's just that each hour is precious.
It's that I miss so much time that I find that I get set up or something, and I go, I can't do it, I've got to go downstairs, and I spend time with the family.
Yeah.
Right, so, okay, well, if I'm by myself and the children are out around, friends and the partners at work,
still find time.
Then I'll find time for that. But I think it's more important for me now for my family to be number one, more than anything else really.
So really, I think everybody would agree with this, anybody going through any journey, you do come out the other end as a different person, not always sort of a better person in some ways, because you can prioritise things that, looking back, you think, well, I never used to do that before.
Well, definitely. I know worker looked after me amazingly. They looked after me now.
It sounds brilliant.
It almost used to be my life more than it used to be. Almost work was my life and home was second to it, because I was literally at work 7 days a week.
And you enjoyed what you were doing?
I enjoyed it.
Yes.
I took pride in my job, and I still do take a lot of pride in my job. But now I see it
spread it a
as
bit.
my job. I definitely try and limit my overtime now. I try and cut it right back. My children at home, then I'll be at home with my children. If at the weekends they're out at a party or something, then I'll go. I'll be at work, but I'm not going to be at work and miss family time. Like I say, that is now. Well,
I think so many people get to retirement age and they turn around and say, well, we were going to do all these things, and they never did any of them.
Exactly.
And you've been forced to look at it differently. So now, like, I think you were saying to me, you quite like the idea of getting you all to Disneyland at some time.
Definitely, yeah. I'm going to try and hopefully
that's going to be
2 years. And
brilliant.
I'm a big Volkswagen fan as well. Though. I've got a Mark 1 Golf, it was made the same month and year as me.
Really?
And that's currently in the spray shop now, getting sprayed up. Cause that's one of the big things while I was in hospital. I wanted to make sure I got it finished, because obviously I didn't know how long you have left.
Of course.
So I bought it as almost this shell.
And so you've done it slowly.
I've done it up, and now it's.
Is it nearly ready then?
Yeah, it's nearly done.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah, she'll be a show car when she comes out of the spray shop. So I've had all the engine redone and all the body done.
And will you go round?
Interior,
two sheds. See, that's something you can do with the boys as well, isn't it?
My boys love the car. We just drive around. Especially that was a big thing as well, really. To when I could drive again, because obviously I was worried that I wouldn't be able to
something
drive.
I didn't even touch on. I'm presuming you do drive.
I used to love driving.
Have you had to have your car?
Yeah, I had to have it all modified. The clutch was extremely heavy. I could drive a lot of normal cars because the clutches are quite light, but my car being 30 years old and being on a cable, so I had to get a brand new gearbox put in from a newer car, so it's hydraulic, so it's easy to push the clutch. Easier for you
with your foot.
Definitely.
Because you were explaining to me you don't actually have any feeling in that foot, so you don't really know what you're doing.
I have feeling on the right hand side, so like the right hand side of my foot and my big toe. But that's it. The rest of it's quite numb, and I've got a drop foot, which means I can't lift my foot up as high anymore.
Right.
So I've adjusted the
So you've got to be
clutch.
aware of that.
I'm very aware of my foot all the time. especially like with cables around the floor, especially being at work as well. A lot of pallet trucks about and everything. I have to be. I've always been clumsy, which doesn't fare well for me.
But you've had to acquire being a bit more safety conscious.
But that was the biggest thing. I had to get my driving instructor. I ran my driving instructor because he's got the dual pedals.
Yeah, of course.
And I had to. The rule is, as long as you can do an emergency stop, you're allowed to drive. So it took me a few lessons out, because obviously I had to wait till I had enough strength back in the leg to be able to lift it up and down. I was very scared at first.
See, that's something else that anyone watching might find really interesting. Don't think, I'm never going to be able to do that again, because you can.
This is one thing I was terrified about, because obviously I bought this car before I was even diagnosed.
And you thought you're never going to have the pleasure of it.
Exactly. I thought I was going to have to sell it.
Yeah. That would be heartbreaking, to a fellow who was really keen on cars.
So I was, I'm very gutted about that. But I was perseverance, and I got some strength back in my leg, and I was able to drive again. So that was quite a big moment, actually, being able to drive again. The first time I drove out the street again in my car, it was brilliant. It was a bit freedom. It was absolute freedom. Being stuck in the house or being stuck in hospital. Now I can drive myself to my hospital visits. Now I can drive myself to physiotherapy
and presumably you take your dog out when you can, not necessarily all the time, but you go on walks with him, don't you?
Well, I do every morning. I get up every morning and get out for a walk with him. Not when it's so frosty outside, I can't.
No, especially with this ice. Be a bit careful. Everybody needs to be careful at the moment.
But it's just fantastic. The things that get me out of the house, it's such a big improvement. It's just nice to get out in the fresh air instead of being.
And I think you even look around. I know it sounds a bit corny, but you look around nature differently as well.
Oh, definitely.
I find when I go walking with my two, I look around and think, well, look at all this that you didn't really look at before.
Well, I almost did it, because being photography.
Of course, you had an eye.
Minded, anyway. Yes. But you feel. It feels much more important to be alive now.
Yes.
Let's say, if I'm out walking, I find I take much more pride in everything now, especially in the community. I'm much more community minded now as well.
Not so sort of.
Not just it's all about me. I'm finding myself much more community minded now. Trying to get involved in a lot more.
Well, obviously you've been motivated to do this film for that reason. You'd like to think that anyone watching it would get something out of it.
Exactly. I don't. Yes. Being in that position, and the information I got was very limited.
Yes.
And it was just card hold facts. Or if I obviously Googled bone cancer, I either found horror stories of partners or siblings and things of people that have died. It was never, my name's so-and-so, I've survived bone cancer and come through to tell the tale.
No.
It was either I lost my partner, and sites like that, or card hold facts. The best things I did find was probably Macmillan and some of their booklets that Macmillan and yourself provided to me. But it's much. Having to be able to go to somewhere and see someone's personal experiences and saying, okay, there is hard times ahead and I'm going to go through this hard time, but be able to see that there is life after it. That's the important thing to take out of any of this.
Yes, definitely.
That you're going to get through it, because while you're going through it,
you think
you're not going to. Well, it just seems such a long but looking back now, it was only a year and a half out of my life, and now things are getting back to normal. So it was a big speed bump for a year and a half. I know I'm going to have limitations on my leg, but I'm still here and I've still got my kids and I've still got a job and everything.
And you still get pleasure out of everyday life.
Exactly.
Probably even more than you did before.
Definitely.
Because it's more valued.
Yeah, I prioritise a lot differently now. Definitely.
And I definitely agree, living each day is the way really everybody should live, but they don't.
No, I know everyone's different, and a lot more people are a lot more career-minded, and I think it does take a big jolt like this
to make you
open your eyes. I know people out there like doing overtime, and I used to do it for the car and just for everyday things, just to get a bit more money for things and iPads and phones and what it all is. But it all just seems so much more trivial. I mean,
now,
it was,
yes.
when one of the iPhones come out, I was out queuing for it at 3 a.m. You wouldn't catch me doing that now.
I think that advert's quite good at the moment on the TV, where they say, what do you want to give your children? Do you want to give them memories?
That's fantastic.
Or,
That's
I can't even remember what the advert's
for. That was for
but it's
Disney.
true.
That was for Disneyland, I think. Yeah,
it's doing something with people rather than relying on monetary things.
I mean, we even went to Isle of Wight late last year for just a break in September, just to get away from it. The weather was awful. It rained every day. Absolutely chucked it down.
But it was a change of scenery.
But it was just a brilliant holiday. It was just us four, so just me, my 2 sons, and my partner. Yeah. And we still went out every day. You got soaked, but it was just brilliant. And it was just fantastic, absolutely fantastic. It was just a brilliant holiday, even though it rained and we were in a caravan and it was cold. We just
encourage people to.
Don't
think about it. Do it.
Exactly. Just get out of. Just break your routine from work. And
I think it's the routine, isn't it? Yeah.
You need to enjoy things a lot more.
I agree.
Definitely.
Well, on that note, Tom, it's been really nice meeting you, and I've enjoyed it. And,
thank you very much.
Let's hope anyone watching will think the same.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tom.